Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday to you. Dorisa with August Consulting here. Welcome to today's Monday Momentum Coaching. And today we're talking about momentum and how it is not self-sustaining. Momentum is something we have to work at every day in order to keep it going. And as we're approaching the end of the year, we're starting to slow down a little bit, hit that reset button, take some well-deserved time off, spend time with friends and family, which is fantastic. You must do this because you'll burn yourself out. But when we do this, when we kind of hit that pause button, we tend to lose momentum for the beginning of the next year. And we have goals and things that we want to accomplish in that first quarter, but how do we do that when we can't really keep the momentum going once we hit pause? I mean, once you've hit pause, that's it. You're kind of at a standstill. And so we got to build that energy up, that momentum up again. And how do we do that? How do we set realistic goals for ourselves so that we can meet our expectations for that first quarter of the following year? These types of tips, they really do apply whether you're an employee or whether you're a business owner, or if you just want to accomplish something in your personal life. Again, this kind of momentum that we're talking about has to be sustained by you. So how do we do that? And you hit that pause button so that we don't burn out at the same time. Well, actually, it's pretty simple. It requires some planning and accountability on your part. And so what this means is giving ourselves some deadlines. Let's look at the beginning of the year and see what it is that we want to accomplish. Let's take January, for instance. Say by January 15th, I want to have accomplished whatever that happens to be. And so you put that on the calendar. Mark that as a deadline for yourself because now you're establishing accountability. You can see it there as you're planning for January, and it's going to be right there in front of your face, and it's going to keep you focused. And then working up towards that date, on each work day or each day, create a task for yourself to accomplish something that's going to get you to that deadline, that's going to meet that goal on time. It doesn't have to be big, it can be small steps. That's why you're putting it on the calendar every day. It's the steps you need to take in order to accomplish that goal. And every day that you're marking those tasks off, you're building momentum, you're building energy because you're like, that was easy, let's move on to the next. That was easy, let's move on to the next. Where if you try to tackle it all at once, we're going to defeat ourselves before we even start because it's overwhelming. It's going to be too much. So you need to take it in pieces and make it a more reasonable pace for yourself. And you're going to be more likely to reach that goal and rebuild the momentum that you had going on the previous year. And you're going to be able to keep that going throughout the year because that's the process you're always going to take when you're reaching a goal. So let's give ourselves a couple examples. Business owners, you want to build your client base. You need more clients. Okay, fantastic. Well, how do we do that? Well, that means we need to network more. That means we need to talk to our center of influence. That means we need to follow up on prospects. Oh, that's a lot, right? It can seem overwhelming. Well, I want to have this many new clients by the 15th of January. Okay, that's great. How do we get there? Oh, that seems, a little daunting. Well, again, put it on your calendar. Today, I'm going to reach out to 5 prospects and follow up with them. I'm going to schedule 5 meetings. Put it on the calendar. Today, I'm going to reach out to a number of networking groups and find one that works for me and start networking. Start showing up at meetings, put it on the calendar. Start going out, meet people, shake hands, say hello. They don't know you exist as a business until you go out there and tell them that you exist as a business. So put it on your calendar. Today, I'm going to go out and meet 5 new people. I'm going to talk to 5 new people. Or put on your calendar. Today I'm going to reach out to 5 clients and say, hey, do you have any referrals? Ask for your referrals. If you've been working hard for your clients and they like you, ask for referrals. Do you have any friends that I can help, that I can service? I would love to assist. What can I do? Who do you know? Just ask. But you have to put it on the calendar every day to chip away until you reach that goal. And it makes it, again, a more reasonable accomplishment, right? It makes it easier for you to accomplish that task because you're just chipping away at a little at a time and you're building momentum in the process. Because as you mark things off, we naturally feel good, right? We naturally feel like, wow, we did a lot today. I was able to mark all that off and can't wait to do this again tomorrow. And you're taking the next steps. That's automatically going to build momentum. It doesn't always have to be large steps. Sometimes in our business, we have to take a large step, like maybe buying a business or adding to our client base by buying somebody else's client base. Those are really large steps to take, but it doesn't happen overnight. Even that, there's steps to take to get there. So if we can look at it this way, it makes it a little bit more palatable. It's easier for us to manage in our own minds. And we've heard me saying so many times, this is normally where we stop in our own heads. Now, let's say you're an employee. Let's say you want to grow in your current role. Well, you're feeling a little stale and you want to learn something new. Okay, make it a goal by by January 15th to be like, I'm gonna meet with my boss and be like, boss, I want to grow. I want to do more. I want to work. I want more responsibility. I obviously want the pay that goes with it. What can we do? Put it on the calendar. If you need to go back to school for something, well, put it on the calendar. I'm going to start school by this date, and then each day, put a task for yourself on your calendar so that you're calling schools, you're doing your research, and then you're getting enrolled. Right? You get your tuition paid so that you can start on time, keeping an eye on that deadline you've got on the calendar as an accountability point for yourself. Or if you want to change jobs, okay, then what's the first step? Come January 1st, I'm going to work on my resume. I'm going to work on my cover letter. By April 15th, I want to have so many interviews scheduled. Then you have to start reaching out. So every day you got to put on the calendar, okay, today I'm reaching out to this number of employees, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and you're starting to schedule interviews until you reach that goal. Again, doing so is going to build momentum in your life, and it's going to help you accomplish your goals in a more steady and more reasonable way so that it's not so overwhelming. Again, momentum is not self-sustaining. It is something we have to make a decision to work on every day, even if it's just small steps. So welcome to the end of 2021. Fantastic. Take some time off, breathe, hit the reset button, but go ahead and start planning for what the beginning of your year should look like so that by the time you get there, it's not going to be scary. It's not going to be hard. You got a game plan. You've got accountability in motion, and you know how to restart your momentum for 2022. I hope that this coaching has been helpful. If you all have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I love the feedback that I've been getting and the questions. And if I can help in any way as a coach, please feel free to schedule an appointment with me. Thank you so much. Have a great week and keep that momentum going.